For doing this, we may have to bring the common like-minded people from every sphere of system of knowledge together. It's a big task. I has attempted today to create an international conference of Ayush, where all the experts of various disciplines are coming together. And there's a science behind it. There's a 5-step process behind it. I conduct these workshops for national level youth engagement and many other industry segments. We use it for Mission Samriddhi. Let me just take you through the suggested process for just bringing awareness to you. This is not a design thinking session. We can do a separate design thinking session, which may require 4 hours of time of the people who want to participate in a process of design thinking with, and I can be facilitator because I'm not an expert. I don't know much about Ayush. I'm an engineer by nature. I'm a technologist by nature. I'm a process teacher for the design thinking, so I can participate as a facilitator in doing it. The first step of design thinking, when we go to the step of design thinking, we look at it cartographic view. The whole system of what I mentioned in the beginning, there's a beneficiary, there is an ailment, and there is a system of knowledge. How 3 things can come together and create a cartographic map. It's like putting everything on a map. And for drawing this map, I need to understand who is my customer or my customers, understanding of holistic landscape of the ailments, understanding holistic landscape of existing solutions, which worked over the period of time, which traditionally working from hundreds of years. What are those solutions? And organize the complex knowledge in a structured way. Then I create some structure of doing it. Rather than all the knowledge which is hidden behind the various complex vocabulary, whether the vocabulary is Sanskrit, vocabulary is Latin, vocabulary is Roman, vocabulary is Arabic. I need to bring a common vocabulary to the Ayush vocabulary. And then I develop frames for capturing new knowledge, which everybody in the group will try to bring in a framework. But there has to be frames under which we bring the knowledge. Let me share with you next slide that how we try to do it for holistic development, where we look at it that for the rural development, I need 7 rings. I need the value system of society. I need beneficiary. I need quality of life enablers. I need natural resources management. I need drivers. I need enabling system and governance and impact. If these 7 levers on the left side I need, then these are the sub elements of that, where these are the values, which is the inner ring. Then there's a next ring, which is who are the beneficiary, then what are their needs are, and what are their natural resource management is. So these 7 rings we created by engaging 150 people in the society who are working with the rural India. And it took 2 days for us to design this catalyst wheel. And this becomes our compass of development. Then we simplified further. We said that for rural development, we need personal development of the people who wants to bring a change in themselves. They have to move to growth mindset. They have to have personal values, their behavioral change. They need to align with cultural heritage, constitutional values. Then social development is around integrated education, health and nutrition, village infrastructure, social justice. Then economic development, then ecological sustainability, then planning, governance and execution, and stakeholder management. So now this is the framework D1 to D7. We created a frame under which we store the best patterns, best practices, and the practices which doesn't work over there. So all these elements which are close to complexity of various 29 sectors have been brought into a structured fashion and with cataloging that. So D21 is a catalog for education. Then we further divide D21.1, which becomes my next level decomposition, and I get a wired knowledge out of it. Then what we do is, if I do a cartographic, I will say B1 is Ayurveda, B2 is Yoga, B3 is Unani, B4 is Siddha, B5 is Homeopathy, B6 is Allopathy. Then what is my macro understanding of the solution? Then I go to level 1 of it in next detail. Then I go to next details of L2 level. And then I go to L3 details, what is suitable for it. And everything is cataloged. That this is the ailment, this is where it fits into it, and this is a solution for it. So from ailment to solution can be designed in a L1, L2, L3 part. So this is a first part of my cartographic view on design thinking when I want to design and bring the people together of various. As of now, I heard in Ayush still people are in a talks in a block. So there is a specialization coming in. We need to get 5 experts in each area or 7 experts in each area, and then let them sit down together for rural health. Based on this, step 2 is we identify the big opportunity by defining the clear problem. Over here, we need to understand stated and unstated requirement of identified customer. If rural India is my customer, what is their stated and unstated? I make a list of the items. I observe what works, what are the patterns. I observe what doesn't work, anti-patterns, and listen to what is not said, my blind spots. So this is the area when I start looking at it to identify the clear problem, and then document questions for observation. If survey is required, I'll do a survey at this stage. I need to choose a taxonomy, level 1, level 2, level 3, and I will have a right question, effective question to design so that I get the right answers for the right question. Next step is brainstorming and idea generation. I will look at it to sit down in a room with the whiteboards where everybody think like a child, and he start creating ideas. He's like sitting in a school groups, and though we are an expert, but this is like a beginner's mind to generate the idea. We don't generate the ideas from expert mind, but generate the ideas from the beginner's mind. And we need to bring some younger people into the whole room to discuss and design the brainstorming. Over here, we bring multiple expertise and multiple perspective at the same time to generate ideas, challenge existing assumptions and biases. So we all come with the existing assumptions and biases. We need to hold it for some 3-4 hours phase, pick up ideas from existing best practices, build on new ideas by connecting the existing best practices. Based on this, collect the best practices, generate ideas, and create possibilities. So this step will result into, which is the step 3, it creates the possibilities of convergence. It creates the possibilities between Siddha is working in particular fashion, where somebody was mentioning the Vat, the 3 elements which is taken in Ayurveda, the 4th element of blood is taken in Siddha, or Unani has some other element, and homeopathy has a certain other way of looking at the things. I create possibility among all of it, along with modern medicine. So there's nothing wrong in a modern medicine. It has to be integrated together. Once I get a lot of ideas, then I need to pick up convergence. So first, step 3 was divergence. Step 4 is convergence. This is a time when we need to make decisions. Over here, we need to make decisions to bring out what is most relevant and how do we execute them. So for this step, I do affinity clusters from ideas. So I create ideas and create affinity clusters so that number of clusters could be 9 or 10 clusters can be there. Then each cluster I weigh between 10 gram, 100 gram, 1000 gram idea. So I weigh the idea whether the impact will be 1000 gram, impact will be 100 gram. So we will have 11 herbs to be chosen out of 100 herbs, that which are the 1000 gram herbs which creates a impact in common life with the 1000 gram herbs. I classify the idea into quick, bold, and long lasting. So some ideas could be implemented in six months, some ideas can be implemented in 3 years, and some ideas are meant for next 10 years. And then we make a few choices. We have to delete some ideas so that we focus on limited manner. And it's a time of collaboration and iterative prototyping. So we have to run this thought process multiple times, because something will work, something will not work. Something will work in UP and Bihar, something will work in Tamil Nadu and Karnataka, something will work in Jharkhand and Bihar, something will work in Maharashtra and Gujarat. So different things will work different places. We need to collaborate and do the prototyping of this. Once we do a prototyping, after 6 months, 9 months, we need to design a story. A story is like a movie. The story like Lagan, the movie where we bring this concept of Ayush in day-to-day life. And for designing a story, I need to use keywords on whiteboard or Jamboard which describe feelings behind the solutions. Like the way movie script is written, same way I need to write down the key words which rings the bell in the listener mind. I design the headline for the problem it solves in the language of the identified segment. So which customer I'm segmenting? If I'm solving the problem for women, I need to pick up the language in Hindi or in Gujarati or in Marathi or in Tamil or in Telugu, which is the headline for them. Then I design the wireframes and package the communication. After that, I can design the AV story presentation in the language of the customer. This is the time we need to do selling process. There's nothing less than selling the story. You need to sell the story. So this is a 5-step process: cartography, define the clear problem, brainstorming, idea generation, convergence, and design a story.